Jiggy cat on a damn killer spree. This is Nagato, and you can't mimic my energy. 100 rounds drawn and me hanging like a centipede.
Hey everyone, it's me Nagato's Adventure. Hope you guys are having an awesome day for today. And as the title states, I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to spoof your PlayStation Vita / your PSTV's MAC address via with a plugin called MacSpoofer. So as showcased here on the screen, if you look into the actual picture itself where it says MAC address, where I have the arrow pointing at it, you can see that it has a bunch of axes. So once we successfully install this plugin, basically your MAC address will not have the original set of letters and numbers in it, and basically it will be x'd out. And it's useful for such things for people like me who record on YouTube, and sometimes we have to show our system information for tutorial guides, and sometimes we don't want to show our MAC addresses out in the public, just kind of like with IPs and stuff like that. Or if you want a nostalgic factor, this was pretty useful back in the PSP scene days, so this could be just used for a nostalgic trip, just if you want to basically spoof out your MAC address to make your PlayStation Vita look, I guess, more hacked. But with that being out the way as well, here is just a picture of original MAC address. This is not mine, by the way, but I just got this offline. So this is what a MAC address would usually look like on the PlayStation Vita, but the goal is to basically get that on basically the MAC address all x'd out for this process. But with that being out the way as well, we're just going to go ahead and get started on today's prerequisites for the PlayStation Vita as well as the PSTV. And just like any of my other videos, everything I will state with in terms of downloads will be in the download description down below. So first things first, you need a modded PlayStation Vita that's already hacked via with the Trinity, or whether with something like the HENkaku, H-Encore, or H-encore² exploit. As long as your system is between firmware 3.60 to 3.73 firmware as well, you could still run this. So as long as your PlayStation Vita or PSTV is hacked in some shape or form, you could do this process. As well, you need the latest version of VitaShell. You also need the latest version of AutoPlugin.vpk. You will be needing the Vita MacSpoofer plugin itself, and as well you can either use a USB connection if you want to transfer your files over for this process, or you can use FileZilla FTP client. I'm just going to be using FileZilla FTP client. But with all of that getting out the way for the prerequisites, I just want to give a special thanks to Freakler for making this plugin. And don't forget, if you need any help and support on any topic for the PlayStation Vita, PS3 or PS4, you can feel free to join my Discord. I will have that in the link in the description down below as well. Or if you have questions about this topic, you can ask in my Discord. But with that being out the way, let's go ahead and get started on the PC side of things. Alrighty guys, so assuming that you did follow all the prerequisites as stated in the intro, let's go ahead and get started on the PlayStation Vita side of things. So as showcased here, I'm on my PlayStation Vita. Make sure your device is already hacked as well. I'm just using HENkaku for this process, and make sure you already have VitaShell, since we're going to be needing to transfer our files over. So I will have the latest link for the VitaShell if you need to download that as well in the link in the description. But what we need to do now is just to go into VitaShell, open up VitaShell. Let me just go ahead and hit yes over this. And now what we need to do is go ahead and set up either a FTP server, or we need to go ahead and transfer via with a USB cable. So right now, if you're going to be transferring your files with a USB cable, go ahead and plug your USB cable to your PlayStation Vita to your PC via with USB, and then go ahead and hit start. And if you want to transfer your files via with USB, go ahead and make sure once you hit start and scroll down to the select button, make sure it's toggled over to USB. But if you're going to be doing the same thing as me and you're going to be transferring files via with FileZilla FTP client or any FTP client of your choice, make sure you hit left and right on your D-pad, and make sure your thing is set up to FTP, and then make sure your Wi-Fi is on as well. So you can see that my Wi-Fi is on in the left hand corner. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and hit select onto our PlayStation Vita, and now you should see your PlayStation Vita's IP address and also the port. So what you want to do now is just leave your Vita on standby, go to the PC, and let's get this set up via with FileZilla FTP client. Alrighty, so once your PlayStation Vita's IP address is already ported onto the screen, what we want to do is back on PC, you go ahead and the link in the description down below, download AutoPlugin.vpk. This is the latest build of AutoPlugin as well. What we need to do is open up FileZilla FTP client. So if you guys always watch my stuff, you already know I use FileZilla FTP client to transfer files over. If you don't already have FileZilla on your PC, it's just a regular executable you can install. I will have that in the link in the description down below as well. You just install it like any Windows program, run through the installation guide, and then you'll basically have this program up as well. But what we need to do now is go ahead where it says host and our port is to type in our PlayStation Vita's IP. So let me go ahead and type mine. Yours will be of course different, but just make sure you have your screen on the Vita, and then your port will always be 1337. So our ports will be the same, but our IPs will be different. Then all you got to do is hit quick connect, and if you did everything correctly, you should see all of your PlayStation Vita's directories. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and take AutoPlugin.vbk. You're going to drag it to, let me toggle this off, you're going to drag it to UX0 right here, aka your memory card, and then right now it should be transferring over, and you can see that via with the queued files. Since this is not a large file at all, it shouldn't take too long, but of course it'll be much faster if you try to do this via with a USB connection just to UX0. And then once it's fully done, if you go to your successful transfers, you can see that AutoPlugin.vbk is here, and you'll get a little notification on Windows stating that your file has successfully transferred. So what we're going to do now is just back out of here and go to our PlayStation Vita to install AutoPlugin.vbk. Alrighty, so we're back onto the PlayStation Vita. All we got to do now is go ahead and hit circle to cancel out of this, and now AutoPlugin.vbk should be in UX0. So let's go ahead and hit X on our console, scroll all the way down, and we're going to go to AutoPlugin.vbk. All you got to do is just install it just like a normal VPK as well. So it shouldn't take too long for it to install. If you never installed AutoPlugin.vbk before, it will be bouncing up and down on your screen. Or if you're just trying to install a newer version over it, it basically won't bounce up and down once we get to the PlayStation Vita's live area. So I'm just waiting for it to do its thing right now. So once it's fully installed, we're going to go ahead and open up AutoPlugin.vbk, and then we're going to set up the MAC address Spoofer plugin itself. So it's done on my end. Go ahead and hit the PlayStation home button on your Vita. Now here's AutoPlugin.vbk on my screen. Yours may be at the bottom if you had any other data since it's new, but let me go ahead and run it. Once you're in AutoPlugin.vbk as well, it may take a second up to boot. It'll back up any of your config.txt and plugins as well. And what we're going to do is go into plugins for Vita, install plugins, and let's go ahead and find one for the MAC address. So let me scroll down here. So where it says Vita MacSpoofer by Freakler, this is what it states as the description. It's just a plugin to spoof your MAC address and the system information. We're going to go ahead and hit X on that. Then it's going to have been installed. What we're going to do now is just go ahead and hit start right here, and basically it's going to restart our PlayStation Vita. So right now I'm going to cut the video right here, come back once my PS Vita has restarted, and then we're going to go into system information to see if our MAC address has been spoofed. Alrighty guys, so as showcased here, I'm basically back onto my PlayStation Vita. It's fully restarted now. What we're going to do is just go to our system settings. So let's go to our settings, and now what we're going to do, let's go ahead and scroll all the way down to system information, and you can see here that my MAC address has been fully spoofed via with the actual plugin. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to share, please be sure to like as well. And if you have any questions on how to get your MAC address spoofed, or have any questions about my channel or anything for, you know, the Vita, PS3, PS4, go ahead and join in the link in the description down below for my Discord. But with all of that being said out the way, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Hey everyone, it's me, Nagato's Revenge here. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video. With that being out the way as well, I highly do recommend that y'all guys go ahead and follow my social media so you never miss any of the latest hacking guides and tutorials on my channel. By subscribing to me and hitting that notification button as well is another method on how you will know when I drop my latest content, whether it be for the Vita, PS4, PS3, and such and so forth. As well, if you want to be in the mix of things and you want to join my official community, you can join via the link right now showcased on the screen and join my Discord that way. And if you do want to support my channel in any shape or form, you could become a patron. I will have a card right now. But with all of that getting out the way, hope you guys really did enjoy this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Nice and silky smooth.